Thokozani, I am Pwabadimu, the advocate of Ilozi, and once again, I welcome you to my channel. And this is another video of diary sessions. Well, it has been a minute, and the last time I saw you was when we had the YouTube live. And according to me, it didn't really go as planned because there were so many things happening, and I just felt that probably the people that were coming into the live were still new into spirituality, and that caused a lot of spiritual friction, and it led to us not even saving the live. That is a first. That hasn't never happened, but it did. But we keep it moving, and I think I'll be back with another live. And I don't want us to feel trapped or, set back or anything else. From each of the videos I've made leading up to now, I have been teaching. So if you're watching this video, it means you've been catching up from my old videos, and we are on the same level when it comes to how we're going to maneuver around the spiritual journey. Okay, so today I am here to just wrap it up because we come from a new moon, which has been very, very fulfilling. I myself, have rebirthed, or rather, I feel new. My energy has been renewed. I feel a new start. I feel new beginnings. I just feel a lot of changes going in and around my life. And I'm so content because everything is just perfect timing. And with the new moon, new moon is a time for recharge. It's a time for renewal. And you get to understand that balance is important in one's life. Unlike when a full moon comes, a full moon is very destructive and sometimes a beautiful but painful experience. But with this new moon, it has given me so much time to reflect on oneself that, as a person, you need to evolve and understand who you are. So today I'm here to talk about evolving and growth, and understanding that you cannot be stuck at the same place, because spirituality is ever moving, because time is non-existent when it comes to spirituality. Everything happens as how it's supposed to happen. Timing, yes, exists when it comes to how we relate to spirituality for those of us in this physical world. Got it? So think of yourself as a phone, a cell phone, right? We all are different makes. We are all different models. We all are different types, right? So we all come with systems built in us. Like, for example, a certain phone will come with a certain system built inside it, and that is it, and that is how it works. But how the phone evolves, or rather how the phone works for you, for your comfort, whatever the case might be, is with all these apps you get and all these tweaks and mode. You set the phone according to what you want it to be. You get yourself a ringtone, you get yourself a theme, you download the apps you're going to need, etc. Things that are going to be crucial, because your phone is personal, and so is everything that you have inside there. And everything that is inside there, it is what you need and what you require. But now, every app that is on the phone at some point requires for you to update it. Sometimes you delete certain apps because you feel they no longer serve the purpose what they needed to serve. Sometimes, your phone gets too much clogged up with memory and you don't know how to maneuver. It's just one constant struggle from another. But you keep on using your phone because you stay committed to it until the day it fails you. And when it fails you, you get another one and you get committed to the next one. So what I'm trying to tell you is that we are like those very cell phones. You are born with all these spiritual impartations that you get from amadlozi wako. And think of yourself as that phone that idlozi lako it is owning, trying to impart certain apps and everything and assist you, because whatever it is that you have, that you are, is with acquired experience and acquired knowledge. So that is the same thing that is happening with you. Some of you are stuck with certain apps that you need to delete from your phones. Some of you, your camera, or rather your albums, your photo gallery is so clogged up with old pictures that you don't want to delete because you feel like if I delete them, I'm going to lose the memories, etc., etc. You need to know that for the phone to function better, there's certain things that you need to let go of. There's certain things that you need to update. There's certain things that you need to delete. There's certain things that you need to change because you change your wallpaper frequently. You change everything every now and then. And that is how spirituality works with itself. So the minute idlozi lakho is not connecting to you, or rather catching up to you spiritually, what happens? Your phone starts to freeze. Isn't it you, the phone? The phone starts to freeze. The phone doesn't work properly. Iya overheater. You know, nini na isafuna charger. Now you need to buy a new charger. You think the charger is the problem. Kanti, it's all with the phone. How you've been carrying the phone, right? So why I'm saying this is because this is very important, you know? There's certain things that are holding us back in life because we think they matter to us. We are different people and we are gifted differently. And what app I use to edit my pictures, or to edit my videos, or whatever the case might be, is not a certain app that you might like for yourself. But the mistake people do is say, because this app worked for Umpo, I'm going to download it and I'm going to use it. There are people that are doing well without certain apps, and they're doing very well. For example, I don't have TikTok. There are people that live on TikTok. I don't have to, and I'm functioning very well. My point with you is that you cannot base your spiritual journey on someone else's journey. And what worked for someone else will not work for you because we are very different people and we evolve differently. Sometimes you need to let go of that mentality. It doesn't mean ukuthi because umpho unenkinga enje and eventually wahamba wayenza nje and wayothwasa, that is the same story for you. Why don't you understand what it is? Probably your phone system needs to be updated. That is when you go through a spiritual awakening, because every time you go through an awakening, your system is being updated without you even being aware. But sometimes it becomes updated at the cost, or rather expense, of your data. And that is you as a person. You become emotionally drained. You become physically drained. You become as though you do not necessarily understand what is going on with you. And because some apps you too, dependent on them, you feel that you can't survive with them. And what happens? The phone, when you go into that app, immediately it kicks you out, showing you that it's time for you to delete these things because they no longer serve you. People can hold you back in the form of friendships, in the form of friends, in the form of, family shifts, in the form of relationships. You can have someone that claims they love you and they are your partner and they want to spend the rest of your life with you, and ganti isitha sakho leso, and you're not aware. But idlozi lakho is continuously showing you that you need to let go of this bastard. But you don't do that because you're afraid of what will happen if I delete this app. You will function. You will still be a phone. You will still receive calls. You know what? That is the same thing with people, with situations, with certain jobs, with certain things that we're doing with our lives. But one thing I need you to understand is that because we are such a network of connection, right? Sometimes you will not function very well because, of a network or isebenzisayo or whatever the case might be. And why don't you change networks and try something different that is going to work from you? As much as we need to know that we are here for the spiritual, and no one can walk your journey for you and no one can dictate your journey for you. We are in an age, or rather an era, of spiritual intelligence. Long are gone the days where we need to be spiritually dependent. That is my spiritual inclination. That is my spiritual revelation. That is my spiritual truth. We are no longer in a phase whereby you need to be confused or conflicted when you're getting certain dreams, or rather when you see certain things happening around your life, because we are in the age of the spiritual, and life, it is spiritual. On the other day, I had a live on Instagram and we're talking about witchcraft and all these. I was like, witchcraft comes in many forms. There's self-inflicted witchcraft. whereby you do wrong ngomunye umuntu and think you're gonna get away with that. Right? Because into has consequences. There is witchcraft umuntu okwenza ngenhliziyo. There's witchcraft it comes in many forms. That is also the same thing with the spiritual life that we are talking about, people. We are no longer should feel confused. Uguti, what happens mangenza so? What happens mang so? What I need you to know is that, are you ready to be the best version of yourself? Are you ready to step up the game? Are you ready to look after those that look after you? There's nothing to be ashamed of anymore, because idlozi wuwe and idlozi is within you. So I don't want you to feel conflicted and confused. We are together in this. We are all learning. Because of the apps I have today, it does not mean that you need to envy me because of that. What if I went to a different Play Store and I got those different apps? Are you supposed to be angry and jealous because of that? Why not tell yourself that I want to update my versions to the point whereby I am using similar apps? You can't use the apps I'm using, but you can use similar apps. That is the same thing with spirituality. Abantu bayenza izinto because they wanna, ukufanisela nomuntu, not understanding ukuthi we are all different. We are all working our different parts and our different journeys alone. And indlela inzima. Have you ever seen a phone i-charge namanye amafoni? Because if I charge you one, it's not as if charge because of charge you namanye phone. So what I'm saying to you is that stop crying because you don't have a support system around you supporting your spiritual life. Whatever it is you're going through, whether you're spiritually awakened or rather you having a spiritual calling, or rather you want a spiritual understanding or incarnation, whatever the case might be, stop looking for crowd. Be comfortable in your space and be comfortable in your skin to walk this path alone. Because if phone sithandwa sami angeke iphathwe izandla eziningi, idinga isandla esiyi-1 for it to operate. And that is the same thing. Don't involve too many things or too many people, because idlozi lakho is there to guide you, but you don't trust amandla wedlozi lakho. You don't trust what is spoken to idlozi lakho. You are conflicted. Where am I supposed to go? Ngithwasa nini? Ngithwasa kuphi? Did you go inside the phone and check with what model is this? What are these apps serving me for currently? Because whenever now you start to question is, what is my gift? Automatically when you're being told that your gift is to be a sangoma, you go on the store trying to download all the apps as it's in ngoma. And then they mislead you, not understanding you jumped so many stages that are supposed to equip you. That is why we have so many people, healers. They are stuck with their spiritual ways and conflicted and not understanding what is going on because you jumped the gun. Trust in the process. It is never easy. Sonke siyanya indlela yedlozi. I always say ukuthi hlezi uphethe tissue la darling, because uzonya one way or another. But you need to have a backbone, because with every level of growth comes different struggles and tribulations, and it does not come easy. So if you want a smooth sailing thing, there is no smooth sailing thing. Because everything is hard. Mara, it is about you opening your mind to the spiritual life. You opening your mind to spirituality that is going to change everything about you. This was supposed to be a different diary session, but Spirit is here. We gotta preach, because I feel that we are holding ourselves back. We've been teaching as a people. Asivugeni, guys, let us use the tools that we've been given. Let us use the tools that we've been given. There's nothing frustrating as someone going for countless consultations knowing they have a problem and they're not doing anything about it. Where do I start? You want to be told where to start? Did you ask your ancestors where to start? Uzamile ukuxhumana nezinto zakini so you know where to start? You want to start, you want to be pushed, you want to be spoon-fed? You won't get anywhere in the spiritual life when it comes to that. Do you for yourself. Stop involving people in your life. When your phone gets updated, does it call other phones and be like, I'm getting an update, my system is being updated? Ooh. It doesn't. Stop publicizing your spiritual struggles and focus on your struggles yourself. Stop that. Stop wanting support systems from places that are going to drown you. You have a gift. You tell people you have a gift. They are drowning you. Niyamoshelwa izinto zenu ezinte because you want people in, too in for that matter. Spirituality is private. It is personal. It is for you. And imfihlo zedlozi deep ene ezakho zizobhekana nawo. You know how hard you need to work to get the truth or imfihlo from idlozi, because idlozi never just give it away like that. You need to work for it and be committed. So I'm not here to make this video for someone who still I think right now I'm no longer teaching spiritual babies. We are at a point where we are growing. Find what it is that works for you and apply it and use it. Ukhokha umoya. Uma ngabe uzwa ngathi kuyanyiwa, awusakhona, take a break. Hamba uhlale ebhankini uzobuya. U-energized, uthole i-Red Bull, uthole ichibuku, whatever it means. Come back energized, because like I'm saying, akunabhasi lana ekuthiwa, yey into zakho zizo. No. It is so ridiculous what we are seeing, what we are hearing. But I want you to know that you can and you will be okay. This is not, this is not, a destination. It is a journey. And each journey inama processes ngaphakathi. Along the journey, there are weather conditions. Along the journey, there are temperature rising and, like temperature flows. Along the journey, there are things that are obstacles that are going to distract you in your journey. Are you ready? Are you well equipped? Are you ready for the next level? That, I think, is what you should ask yourself, because we are so much in the pursuit of wanting to know what is my gift, or rather amagogobatini. But the question you should be asking yourself is, am I really ready for all of this? Am I really ready for all of this? And if the answer is yes, then the time is now. You need to feel this in your spirit. You don't have to come for a consultation and I need to tell you. You need to feel it in your spirit that now it is time to redirect. Now it is time ukuthi ngihlele izinto zami kahle. Do what is going to work for you. Don't be that phone. Don't be that phone. You get bashed by life and whatever. It gets your screen protector. As bashed as you are, as whatever, it will never judge you or criticize you. It cover, it pouch, so that no more about you can bounce back and work again. Kunabantu abalungisa amafoni. That is your spiritual workers. You go there, they go there by this and this is happening. You function again and then you start working, still as that very same phone. You change, you evolve, or rather you get a new phone with a new path or whatever it is that it is. But what I'm trying to say with you is that what is so precious to you, you are as precious to idlozi lakho. That smaller nyana uvalo you feel when you get off that taxi and you feel you left your phone there. That is how idlozi lakho feels about you. When you're feeling agitated, when you don't have your phone or feeling it vibrated, that is how idlozi is feeling about you, worried about you. I always say, ask yourself a question. Am I doing what will make my ancestors proud? Gosh, my energies are so renewed. I'm so grateful for this this new moon. It is just I just feel like a new person. And I was even thinking of changing my name. That's how excited I am of these new possibilities and these new vibration that idlozi, or rather spiritual energies, are confirming in and around. It is time to reboot, good people. May is a beautiful month if you get me spiritually. It is time for renewal. Do what you need to do when you need to do. Don't fall for the gravy train. I feel it's so overrated being a healer. Heal yourself. Not necessarily being a healer, but being isangoma. Stop it. What does it do? Is this being isangoma? What is the ngoma way? You know? I'm not discouraging anyone, but I'm just making you understand that Amadlo's way to so on another level spiritually. Enjoy your spirituality. Be proud of your spirituality. Like they gave us a day to celebrate ancestors. I didn't even do anything on that day. I was like, oh, I won't even do anything. My ancestors have been there. And because the government says I can celebrate my ancestors, I need to show off now happy ancestors. Not for me. Not this girl. I celebrate my ancestors every single day. When I wake up, when I go into my mamang, I celebrate my ancestors because I acknowledge their existence. You're busy posting my ancestors. But deep down, you're busy saying, I listen to this Aziko. Stop being. Let us move, people. Let us move. School is back in session. So you better get your pens and your papers ready. And it's time to teach again. And we are moving. Long are the days of wanting to know what a snake means. Long are the days of confusing. We are moving. And I appreciate all your messages that you guys send me. You are such beautiful people. Like, I appreciate you so much because it is through you I get to see that when I sit here, take our time, I'm not doing all of this in vain. There are people that I am mentoring unaware that have grown spiritually, and gosh, it brings so much joy. So there's so much to do and there's so much to catch up on. It's been work as usual, but I'm back. So I'm sorry for the disappearing act. There's nothing I can do when there's so much conflict with time and everything else, and there's so many things that I'm trying to maneuver around. But I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. So let us go back to school. Get your pens and papers ready because Idris is ready to do the work. So even though I might not be consistent with putting out my content, but I will definitely be putting out new content as promised, because you know a diary session is always an opening or closing of a new chapter. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for coming to my channel, visiting my channel, liking and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Mpowabadimu. And I'm so grateful for the subscriber count. It is growing each and every day. Like, I'm so grateful because that means we are reaching more people. So thank you so much, advocates. I am the advocate of Ijozi, Mpowabadimu. And once again, oh my Jozi, thank you. New moon. We are doing best. We are doing good. So I'll definitely see you around these YouTube streets. But take care of yourselves. Look after yourselves. Set your intention. Set what you want. Whatever it is you want. Now is the time to do the things that need to be done. Matsusia lawyer. Gotta know we are just using our powers. Do the right things and get into it. But other than that, thank you so much for choosing to be my video. Togazani.